A histogram example. The following histogram involves the variable commute_2, which is the question, what is the amount of time in minutes that it usually takes you to travel to the college from your home? From the MAT 131 student survey. Answer the following statements using this histogram as true or false. The bin width is 10. That is false. The bin width is 5. So this is a midpoint. We start at 0. This would be 5. This is 10. The next bin would be 15. The next bin would be 20. So each width is 5. There are 14 classes. Okay, to count the classes, this would be the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This is false. There are 16 classes or 16 bins, and you count the classes that have a frequency of 0. This is an example of a relative frequency histogram. That is false. If we look on the y-axis here, this is not a relative frequency, but just a frequency. So that is false. There are 6 values in the bin labeled 60. So we go to the bin labeled 60, has a frequency of 6. This is true. There are 25 students who had a commute time of 30 minutes. We go to the bin labeled 30. There are 25 students, but it would be incorrect to say that all 25 students had a commute time of 30 minutes. When we have a histogram, we cannot report exact values. For example, there could be 10 students who had a commute time of 28 minutes, or there could be 5 students who had a commute time of 31 minutes. We do not know the exact value for these 25 students. We do know that it's in between this value and this value. The maximum time for this histogram was 75 minutes. This bin would be labeled 75, but again, we can't report exact values. We don't know if the maximum value is 75 or 76 or 74. The maximum value is a value between 72.5 and 77.5 minutes. This is true. Because the class width is 5, the midpoint is 75. If I take 75 and subtract half of 5, which is 2.5, I get 72.5. And the upper limit for this bin would be the midpoint 75 plus 2.5, which is 77.5. This statement is true. There was one student who had a commute time of 0 minutes. Again, we cannot report exact values from a histogram. This is false. The bin 17.5 to 22.5 has the largest frequency of 43. Okay, this bin is labeled 20. It does have 43 students, and if we subtract 2.5 from 20 and add 2.5 to 20, we do get this bin. This is a true statement. This histogram contains the results of 208 students. If you add up the frequencies for all the bins, it adds to 208. This is a true statement. Approximately 20.7% of commute times were in the bin labeled 20. Okay, so this is a relative frequency expressed as a percent. To compute relative frequency, we take the frequency, 43, and then we divide it by the total, which is 208. 43 divided by 208 is 0.207 rounded off, and if we change that to a percent, it becomes 20.7%. This statement is true. The shape of this distribution is skewed left. We go to the bin that has the highest frequency. That's going to separate our left hand side of the histogram from the right hand side. Here we have the left tail, and then here we have the longer right tail. Because it has a longer tail to the right, this is not skewed left but skewed right. This statement is false. Thanks for watching.